Hello, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Indiana State Police Roadshow. I'm your host, Sergeant John Bryan, Public Information Officer for the Indiana State Police Indianapolis District. The Roadshow is brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance and Cops for Kids, a subsidiary of the State Police Alliance. For more information about our sponsor, visit them at www.indianasfinest.com. Thank you to Network Indiana and MS Communications for letting us use the studio, for letting us use BK Brendan King, who pushes the buttons, and I'm not sure what he does, but it's really, really good at it. And, of course, thanks to our friend Tom Trial, who works so hard to get us on YouTube. We all have faces for radio, but he likes to put us on the YouTube channel. So, back with us again this week is Captain Ron Galvez, Chief PIO for the Indiana State Police. And joining us all the way down from the Peru District is Trooper Kyle Miller.
Hello.
Kyle, thank you for coming down.
Yeah, welcome. Yep. Thanks for having me.
And so the purpose of this show is we want to start highlighting good things that our troopers are doing across the state, because Ron and I are usually here in Indianapolis and we talk about things that are going on here, but we have troopers in all 92 counties of this state, and Peru District is one of those big districts just north of the metro area, and they're busy with different kinds of work. So first and foremost, Kyle, let's talk about you. How many years have you been on the state police?
So I've been on with the state police for 7 years. It'll be 7 years next month.
Very cool. Congratulations.
Yeah,
I see
thank you.
several pins on your shirt, which means you've stayed very busy, and that's really cool.
Yep.
And but before that, you were in the military. Give us a little bit about your military background.
Yep. So I joined the Army National Guard in 2010 when I was in college. And then in 2014, I commissioned as an officer. I'm still in currently. I'm a captain at the 301st MP Company out of Plymouth. So shout out to my Spartans out there.
Yeah, awesome.
So yeah, I've been doing that for 11 years now. Plan on retiring, so
Very
9 more
cool.
years and be done with that.
Well, first, congratulations, and second, thank you for your willingness to do that.
Yep.
Yeah, really, really cool.
So what's that like then to juggle military life and career and a law enforcement life and career?
Yep. So it definitely keeps me very busy. My wife can attest to that. So once a month at least I have to go to drill. So my bosses are really good about scheduling that off and letting me have time to go actually do my military duties every month, and then for about a 2-week period in the summertime I have to go do annual training. So again, they're really good about letting me off and doing that. So
Yeah, and it is, and there is a correlation between the police and military, of course, but it's also really different. You've really got to kind of change focus and change hats, literally,
Yep.
on a moment's notice.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what are some of the things that you've done on the Indiana State Police up to this point in your career?
So, just based off of different pins here, I'm on the Honor Guard team, the North Zone Honor Guard team, currently serving as the team leader. Our current team leader, she's also in the military. She's deployed right now. So I'm filling her shoes while she's gone. I'm also on the EOD team, on the central EOD team, just from where I live, where I'm located.
That's
I'm close
explosive ordnance disposal.
enough. Yeah, so bomb squad.
Yeah, bomb squad.
Yep.
Do you have one of the shirts that says, "If I'm running, keep up"?
No, but I've seen that. I do that, and then another one of my big areas is I'm a CT instructor, so combatives, control tactics. I teach that at the district and
Wow.
try to get down to the academy sometimes, teach that.
Very impressive in a very short 7-year career. It goes by quick, as
does, yeah.
people tell you, and then next thing you know, you're sitting here with Ron and I thinking, wow, where did all the time go?
Right. So so in that 7 years, kind of backing up to the beginning, are you from the Peru District? Are you from the area that you patrol? Are you?
Yep, I patrol Howard County in the Peru District. I'm born and raised in Howard County,
Okay.
Kokomo area. So I was fortunate enough, after I got out of the academy, I got selected for Peru District, and I got put into my home county. So I was extremely fortunate for that.
Did you have any reservations about running into people that you went to school with, or maybe because that's one thing I not being from Indiana, I didn't have to worry about coming across or maybe even having to arrest somebody that I knew from unless it came down from Michigan. But did that ever cross your mind, or?
It's something that definitely I've thought about, and I have encountered that in the past, where I've run into people in not so favorable conditions that I know from the past, but it's just something that we train on and that we're prepared to face when we have to. So.
Yeah, and so speaking of the Peru district, it's a relatively rural district. Kokomo is probably the biggest city, and Marion also,
Yeah.
right? But what other counties? Let's give people a picture of what the Peru district looks like. So what counties does Peru district encompass?
So our southernmost county is Tipton County. Then above that we've got Howard. And then we've got Miami County, which is where our post is located. And then above that we've got Fulton County. And then over to the west we have Cass County. And then on the east side of the district we have Grant County and Wabash County.
So that's a big geographical area that you guys. Do you know how many troopers are assigned to the district?
Off the top of my head, I don't know exactly. No.
Between 20 and 30, probably
Yeah,
a safe
I'd say
safe
that's
bet.
pretty
Yeah.
fair.
And you've got a number of large roads running through there. You got US 24, US 30, US 31,
Mhm.
I-69 in Grant County.
Yep. Yep. Our district's a little different. You said we're a rural district. We only have about 20 miles of interstate through our entire district. But
Yeah.
as Captain said, we've got 31, 24, all those major highways that aren't interstates, but they might as well be.
Mhm.
So here in the Indianapolis area, where Ron and I live and work, is our primary focus is the highway. Of course, we have a footprint everywhere. But talk about how different patrolling a rural area is as an Indiana State Trooper versus maybe patrolling an urban area.
So a lot of what we do is some of our more rural counties like Miami County, Fulton County, they don't have a lot of deputies or local police officers. So we kind of fill that role. So a lot of times I'll be down in Kokomo trying to run traffic or something, and Miami County will have calls coming out. So I'll put on my deputy hat and I'll go up and take calls in Miami County. So it's just every day's different. That's what I love about the Peru district, being such a rural district. We don't have to worry about being stuck on the highway necessarily all the time. There is a time and a place for that. We do still do that. But we also get to go out there and take calls, interact with our communities, and that kind of stuff.
And that's that's where I kind of cut my teeth. You said in Fort Wayne, I was in Fort Wayne for 25 years. Same thing. I mean, you get outside of Fort Wayne, it gets rural in a hurry. And so we were same thing. And that's really how the Indiana State Police started, was as an assist agency, if you would, for some of these agencies, like you said, that don't have the manpower, or they're just small enough but there's so many things going on. So, but that's the great thing about this department. When people ask, "What do you guys do?" We do it all.
Everything.
We do it all, just so people just see us as a highway patrol, which as you can attest to, we're not.
Right.
We're not that. We are a full functioning law enforcement agency that has expertise in a wide number of fields and arenas within the law enforcement community.
So Kyle says he primarily patrols Howard County when he can. Of course, his patch says Indiana State Police, and if he gets called, he goes wherever that call is. But what shift do you work?
I work afternoon shift.
Afternoon, so 2 to 10:30, something like
Yeah,
that.
it's 2:30 to 11.
2:30 to 11.
So I got a little bit of everything in there.
So give us an idea of your normal shift. You suit up at 2:30, and where do you go first, and then how does your shift progress?
So on a normal day, I'll try to go out and try to run some traffic towards the earlier part of my shift when people are getting off work, when the roads are a little bit more busy, more traveled. Make sure everybody's safe out there. And then once it starts getting darker, I'll go into the city and try to assist specifically Kokomo. I like to go on a lot of calls with them. They keep plenty busy being a nice urban city.
And I'm sure they appreciate your help because they're busy, like you said, and
Yeah.
so you're a backup officer or you're a primary officer. You're taking some of these investigations.
Yep, I help out when I can, and tell you the biggest compliment I can get is when I go into the Kokomo PD and they say, "Yep, there's our trooper."
Yeah.
It's always that's a nice little compliment.
It is neat, and I come from a rural area, and I still live in a rural area, and it's funny how a community will take possession of you as that's my trooper. And where you lived in Fort Wayne, same thing, right?
Yep.
Your community, you belonged to your community.
Yes, absolutely. But I mean, that's a good thing too, because you know everybody, and everybody knows you, and there's that trust factor, and you actually get to be the spokesperson for this agency just by virtue of being embedded into that community. So yeah, it's awesome.
And so everything that the Peru district does is the epitome of what Superintendent Carter wants, right? Is this community service police officer,
Yes.
somebody that's immersed in there. And there's so many small rural towns that it's the trooper may be the only police officer these towns see. And so it's really important that not only we stay professional as we are, but we build those relationships with these communities as well.
Yeah.
So very cool. So tell us, you had a chance to go to the IMPD Leadership Academy.
I did.
Is that something you wanted to do, or something you were told you had to do?
No, that's something I volunteered for. That's
Yeah.
something I really wanted to go to.
And so tell me a little bit about that.
So it was a four-week long course conducted with IMPD staff. It's an IMPD course, but they allow outside agencies to participate. My class just graduated about 2 weeks ago, and in my class I believe we had 12 different agencies represented, and a fire department was even represented there. And it's just a comprehensive course about how to be a better leader. And my biggest takeaway, I'm an FTO, so I don't hold any formal rank with the state police. I can take that leadership stuff to my military career, where I do hold a little bit of rank there. But here, I can take it as an FTO and kind of help mold those young recruits and rookies into better thinkers. So reader, writer, thinker, fighter. That's a big tenet of the Leadership Academy. So I can try to help them get those characteristics and qualities embedded in them early in their career.
And I mean, we didn't talk about this, but I would certainly guess that your favorite block during IMPD Leadership Academy was the PIO block.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah,
Yeah,
seeing you guys'
that's
faces
right.
was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, naturally.
Yep.
No, I've heard nothing but high praise. Actually, Captain Galvez is a graduate as well of the IMPD Academy, so
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but great things about them.
You know, and they're going to continue. They continue to evolve it, and it's awesome again that they allow members of our department to do that. So you know, even as a young troop, he's going to have the opportunity over the next. You're going to stay 34 years.
Stay for a while,
at
yeah.
least the next 18 years to jump onto that promotion, into the promotion process, and that school will bode well for you. I mean,
Yeah.
it really will. So
Kyle-
congratulations on completing it.
Kyle, I'll fire some questions at you, and if you don't know, say I don't know. But these are things that a lot of police officers remember. So, what was your first traffic stop for when you had your car by yourself?
I remember that very well. I was down in Tipton County. It was like a week after I'd gotten my car because they had us take a little bit of time off. It was a lady. She was speeding a little bit, so I just pulled her over and gave her a quick written warning and went on my way. So
So very cool. Do you remember your first DUI arrest?
no, had a few of those. I don't remember
No.
the first one.
What about the highest speed you've written a ticket for?
151 on a motorcycle.
That's very impressive.
Yeah, that was
So-
in Miami County.
So tell me, it's on 31?
Yep.
And how'd you catch him?
He pulled over.
Wow. Wow. So a little bit, you know, gains a little bit from that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, so 151, that's a high one.
Yeah,
That's higher than mine.
it was definitely.
Mine
I
too.
heard him. I heard him before I saw him. So,
Is that right?
Yeah,
Radar or laser?
lidar. Yeah, laser.
Awesome. Very cool. So what are some of the more memorable things that you've gotten a chance to do on the state police? Special details, things like that.
So I'd say probably the most memorable thing I've done every year except for one. I was deployed for 1 year. I participate in the Howard County Shop with a Cop. So that's where a bunch of us police officers get together and we take families out to. We were at Myers 1 year and then we were at Kohl's, and we actually go shop with some families that are maybe underprivileged or don't have enough money to give their kids the presents that they'd like to. So we get to take those kids out. My wife normally comes and participates with me because we normally have little boys, little girls.
Yeah.
I'm terrible at shopping for little
Yeah,
girls, so she
yeah.
kind of helps me there. But I'd say that's probably my favorite part of the year and most memorable thing that I do. Just how many families and how many kids.
You know, and it's that
impact
time of year, and people are often thinking that is for the kids, but it's as much for the officers as it is for the kids. I mean, it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yep. There's a lot of us that we return every year, and that's what we do every year.
Yeah, and some of those relationships you build with those kids last,
Yeah.
and it's important.
Mm-hmm.
Our guest today has been Trooper Kyle Miller from the Indiana State Police Peru District. He's kind of just filled us in on Peru, and we're hoping to have some troopers from other areas of the state, so tune in later for that. But he was our first one, and we certainly appreciate you taking your time to come down.
Yep.
Thank you for your military service. Thank you for your Indiana State Police service. And we're going to have you back sometime. How about that?
Sounds good. Thank you for having me.
You're
Bill.
welcome. Thank you. for being
Captain, as always, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. You have
Appreciate
been tuned in to the Indiana State Police Roadshow, brought to you by the Indiana State Police Alliance and Cops for Kids. a subsidiary of the State Police Alliance. We'll see everybody next time.